Check in, check in, check in, check in, check in. What's up, what's up, what's up? Put y'all up here. Shit. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Mason Knight 333. Check in, check in, check in. I got some updates, y'all. I got some updates. I got some updates. It's your boy Mason Knight 333. For all those who are gone and never forgotten, checking in, checking in, checking in, checking in. I'm not at a scene yet because actually the streets have been pretty quiet so far. We got some updates. So yesterday, Los Angeles County, or the city of Los Angeles, along with Mayor Villaraigosa and Governor Newsom, passed a city ordinance basically to not gather in private or public housing due to the health issue of the coronavirus, and so on and so forth. So y'all probably already know this, but the streets, as far as the crime, have subsided tremendously. You know what I'm saying? National Guard will be here in the next few hours, along with other, groups that are going to be basically going door to door, and they all have this command post set up basically on a ship and a few other locations, possibly the Staples Center, and they're using schools as means of screening people who might have the virus and so on and so forth. Now, we do know this is a man-made virus. Basically, it's, what it is German warfare, or whatever have you. A lot of us as black people, we don't really understand the advanced weaponry that some people in other countries possess and how it made it here. It probably was already here before they even detected it. So a lot of us could be exposed already. I'm not gonna get on here and rant and rave about money or anything like that, but y'all go and cash app a million hits, because I'm jumping out on whoever comes here concerning my community. As an American or African American, but possibly, probably not even being that if they suspend the Constitution. Then we're back to not even knowing our citizenship. I'm claiming and I'm following the prophecy to the 12 tribes, meaning, sounds crazy, but at this particular point, with all this going on, you got to get biblical. And then off and on the record, if you're going to suspend the Constitution, we're no longer African Americans. So we should have rights at that particular time to put all our resources and money together and finish out the prophecy, which is Egypt shall rise for 7 years. So if you're studying Revelations and you know what this is, if you ain't, or you Muslim, you know about the Mahdi, and what that entails is the final battle in the Middle East pertaining around Jerusalem, Egypt, and so on and so forth. So that is where the money should be spent at this particular time, and anybody who's pushing that biblical aspect of God should be the ones that you support. A city or state will never be the same after this. The trust of the American people is no longer in the government's hands. This is a religious exchange of lives that are being taken away from us. And there will never be trust anymore the way it was in the past, because the people are looking at this disease like it should have never made it here. And by making it here, Donald Trump, you're not to be trusted. So I could publicly say certain things. I'm in the press, and there's a lot of people who are Americans who are pissed off. And African Americans, we haven't even caught up with the last updates, and they just keep coming and coming. So we shut down, and we don't pay attention to the updates because we just want to basically feed our families and go on about our business. But at this particular time, black people, that's no longer optional. You have to stop. You have to pay attention. You have to be ready, because once they put us on a 24-hour lockdown, you got to get help from those who are out in the streets. Now, I'm one of them. I will be out there. Now, I'll be, looking at my comments. Anybody need food, I can hook them up with an organization. I ain't charging nothing. But if they're shutting down the streets, of course, the apps and all these different things are gonna malfunction, and so all the Postmates and Uber shit is gonna slow down. Right? You forget about that. So thank God we got YouTube. So we'll communicate through YouTube. Those who have Facebook accounts start making groups, survival groups, who could come by, drop off stuff. I'll be trying to do it. My girl, she works for Amazon, so um, she can, see if there's a food giveaway for a lot of people who need it, especially our elders. We have Bishop L.J. Guillory, who's working out of Compton Airport to give food to the elderly. And along with that, you could give him a call at 310-980-0816. And there's a doctor, I don't want to get his name wrong, but if you look at my previous live, go on there and we actually visit the testing site where you can get help for the coronavirus. If you need be, it's at the Dust to Don medical facilities there in Paramount, California, which is not that far from Compton. So y'all go on my last live and get that link. But more than ever, all these different organizations gonna be asking for money. You better ask for something in return if you giving your money. And I'm just telling y'all what it is. The city, mayor, all these people, they have money. So why are you trying to open up a fund and get money, and then you're getting money from the government to run these programs and so on and so forth. So why do you want the people to give them their last dime to you? It's impossible to survive at this point. Y'all better be smart. And there is Buffalo Soldiers who are African American military men who go by the Constitution, who fought to free us as slaves. So that if you're black, give your money to Buffalo Soldiers. Give your money to organizations that are going to be militant enough to handle if there is a takeover, and possibly will help the African community in case a civil war happens. Maxine Waters is putting it out there that it could be a civil war between the North and the South if they don't agree on the terms of, the government walking in, quarantining everybody, and so on and so forth. There's easily a chance for a civil war because it has happened in the past. It could happen again. So where are we going to be as African Americans between the North and the South again? Are we back as slaves? Are we fighting for, now is the Constitution suspended? How do we apply to the Constitution, and which side are we going to fight on? Well, again, I take the biblical approach to the 12 tribes. We got to start looking at Egypt and taking our home back like the Jews did. We just have to do it. We cannot sit back and be in between like a sandwich again, especially after 8 years of Barack Obama. We're smarter than that. We are in a position of power. We just have to get together, talk to the United Nations about getting our land back. We have to start a fund for the democratic elections in Egypt. And I'll be heading that idea. I'll try to get in touch with some people who know the biblical aspects of this prophecy. But again, this is what is already following right now. It seems like everything's following this prophecy. So you ain't got to take my word for it. It is what it is. Now, I'm going to hop out on the National Guard when they get here. I'm going to be there when the boat rolls up. I want to know what's going on with my people. And I'm going to ask the questions. I'm gonna face the coronavirus head on like I did the other day. So I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. I don't care about nothing else but being real. If I'm going to die, being real with myself is being real with God. You know what I'm saying? So the truth going to set us free. If you on lockdown in the next few hours or whatever have you, because every update is getting tighter and tighter, noose around our necks. But we're not going to panic as African Americans. We're not going to riot. We're not going to act a fool. That's not what's going to happen. We're going to sit and wait and look. And if something don't make sense, we know when to trip. And we ain't going to let y'all know when we trip. I'm just telling y'all what it is. We ain't gonna let y'all know. You just gonna find out. But if something don't add up, I'm telling y'all now, it's gonna be a problem. And mark my words, it's gonna be a problem in the African American community. Don't come over here lying, playing. We going through it right now. Don't come over here without no money. If you got money, you better come with a check. Real talk. Cause at the end of the day, we lost Nip, R.I.P. Nip, one of the realest brothers who was putting on his face that God will rise. And he was one of our future leaders at this particular time. You know, shout outs to, you know, Tony Muhammad, you know, Nation of Islam, you know, they keeping it, you know, strong on the front lines with it. Shout out to other organizations who supported the African cause. You know, I don't want to get into specific names and so on and so forth, but without those groups, we would have never made it to here. We would have had a lot more incidents between gang violence. So now we have to get spiritual and we have to be ready to move out and possibly go to the east. So that's my food for thought. I'll be hopping out in the next few hours before the full lockdown happen. I'll be updating. Go on there and find out if you sick, where to get help at on my last post. And Cash App 1,000,000 hits. I don't give a hell what y'all do. If y'all gonna give money to these other organizations that ain't doing nothing, you can't go live to see where your money going, you a sucker. They getting you. But you know, y'all already know what I'm finna do with it. So hit your boy up. Y'all stay in my posts, stay in my lives, and get ready. You know, this could very well be the last battle approaching us. And you know, just be home with your families as much as possible. You know, I know the kids at the house getting on your nerves. I know. But just try to use patience, brothers and sisters. Just hang in there. So in a minute, we're definitely, you know, and God says we're going to go through the pain and the suffering for a while before some things change. So I feel it. I feel it coming upon us. And I see your comments. I'm not able to read them right now because I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. So it's your boy Masonite 333. I'm not going to sell you out. You know, I'm just going to tell it like it is. So I'm going to keep it plain. And that's what they told Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Keep it plain. So, all right, it's your boy Masonite 333 watching 1,000,000 hits for the gone and never, ever, ever forgotten. And I just see a lot of things that's going to happen that are going to test your faith. And if you believe in God, keep your faith. Don't sell it. Don't give it away for nothing because this virus or just the intentions of somebody else is man-made. You know, there's something greater that's going to happen out of this. Trust me. All right, peace. Love y'all.